Hello students, I am Mohan Kumari. Welcome to MK classes for biology. Today I am going to deal with the neat synopsis part of the chapter Reproduction in Organisms. Yes, let us start with the synopsis part of this chapter. So in this synopsis we are going to study about what is reproduction, types of reproduction, modes of asexual reproduction, in that fission, budding, gemme, sporulation, fragmentation, regeneration we are going to study in this video. There is one more method of asexual reproduction called vegetative propagation we are going to study in the next video. Let us begin with the synopsis. So, as we all know, reproduction is one of the fundamental characteristics of living organisms. So, reproduction is defined as a biological process in which organisms give rise to young ones similar to itself. Reproduction is essential for the continuation of the line of succession and maintenance of a particular species in the biosphere. So reproduction is divided into two types based on the number of parents involved in this process of reproduction. So such types are asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In case of asexual reproduction, only one parent is involved and no involvement of gametes you can see. So in case of sexual reproduction, it involves both male and female parents. Both contributes their part in the form of gametes, and such gametes are called sexual gametes, or in other words we can call it as male or female gametes. Let us study about asexual reproduction. So, production of offspring by single parent without the formation or fusion of gametes is nothing but the asexual reproduction, and this involves involvement of only one parent. Thus the process like meiosis, gamete production, fertilization and parthenogenesis does not occur here. Since asexual reproduction does not involve meiosis and the fusion of gametes, the offsprings produced are genetically similar to their parents. Hence, the produced offsprings do not show any variations because due to the absence of crossing over and recombination. Crossing over and recombination, these are the phenomena you can see in case of meiosis during gamete formation. So, though the gametes are not involved in this mode of reproduction, there is no requirement of this crossing over and recombination. So, there is no variations among the individuals produced by asexual reproduction. So, these individuals are often referred to as clones. So, if at all genetic variation arises in these organisms only as a result of random mutation. Only random mutation can cause genetic variation among these organisms which can reproduce through asexual reproduction. So, asexual reproduction occurs most commonly in unicellular or cellular organism like monerans and protists, and in higher plants and animals with the relatively simple body organization. So let us study about the modes of asexual reproduction. There are various modes of asexual reproduction. Let us study one by one. In that, the first one is fission. So fission, it is the division of parent body into two or more daughter individuals which are identical to the parent. So fission is the division of the parental body into two or more daughter individuals which are identical to the parent. And this fission it is of three types: binary fission, multiple fission and plasmotomy. So this fission is of three types: binary fission, multiple fission and plasmotomy. Let us study about binary fission now. In the binary fission, the parental body divides into two daughter individual of equal size. So the parental body divides into two daughter individuals of equal size, and that is called as binary fission. So in terms binary fission, it is of three types. One is transverse binary fission, the other one is longitudinal binary fission, and the third one is irregular binary fission. So binary fission is of three types: transverse binary fission, longitudinal binary fission, and the irregular binary fission. In case of transverse binary fission, the plane of cytoplasmic division, or I can say cytokinesis, coincides with the transverse axis of the individual. So you can see that type of binary fission in case of paramecium and the planaria. So in case of longitudinal binary fission, the cytoplasmic division coincides with the longitudinal axis of the individual. So cytokinesis coincides with the longitudinal axis of the individual. So longitudinal binary fission can see in case of Euglena and Verticilla. And the third type of binary fission is the irregular binary fission. So here the plane is not fixed. That is, the cytoplasmic division passes through any direction. So here this type of binary fission is called as the irregular binary fission. You can see in case of amoeba. So let us see about multiple fission. So in multiple fission, the cells divides several times. The cells divides several times. So this division is of mitosis type. So cell divides several times by mitosis, producing several nuclei, which produces several nuclei and then multiple daughter cells. And this type of multiple fission is common method of reproduction in case of protists, algae, protozoans and sporozoans. And third type of fission is plasmotomy. So I can say it is a form of asexual reproduction in protozoa. It is a form of asexual reproduction in protozoa in which multinucleate parent cell divides into two or more multinucleate daughter cells without mitosis. So plasmotomy, in this case, the parental multinucleated cell divides into two or more multinucleated daughter cells without mitosis. So this is called as plasmotomy. These are the three different types of fission: binary fission, multiple fission and plasmotomy. So binary fission involves transverse, longitudinal and irregular binary fission. So let us move on to the next type of asexual reproduction, that is budding. So during this process of budding, the parent cell produces one or more bud-like protuberances, or I can say outgrowths. These outgrowths are the protuberances which detach from the parental cell and grow into new individual. And this type of budding in animals can be seen in three types. Budding in animals can be seen in three types. One is exogenous budding, endogenous budding, and the third one is strobilation. Exogenous budding, endogenous budding, and the strobilation. Let us study one by one now. So, in case of exogenous budding, the buds are formed externally on the surface of the parental body. So, the surface of the parental body where these buds are formed. So it may split away from the parental body, as you can see in case of Hydra, or it can be attached with the parental body, you can see in case of Cycon. In case of yeast, bud is formed on one side of the parental body and soon it separates and grows into new individual. So this is about the exogenous budding. And if we see about endogenous budding, here the buds are formed within the parental body. I can say internal bud. So buds are formed within the parental body, and these buds are called as gemmules, and which consist of small group of cells. Gemmules consist of small group of cells in a protective covering. This you can see in case of Spongilla. And the third type of budding is strobilation. So here in this process, the repeated formation of similar segment of the body takes place by the process called budding. The repeated formation of similar segment. So the body of the organism divides repeatedly, and that results in the formation of similar segments, and that is called as strobilation. So here in this case, the segmented body is called as strobila larva, and the segment of the body is called as Ephyra larva. So you can see this in case of Arulea. So this is about budding. Budding is of three types: exogenous budding, endogenous budding, and strobilation. So the next method of asexual reproduction is the gymme. So gymme are the unicellular or unicellular or multicellular propagules which develop in a small receptacles, and these receptacles are called as Gymma cup. Gymme are the unicellular or multicellular propagules which are developed in a special receptacle called Gymma cups. And this gymme, it detaches from the parent and grow into new individual. So this is a type of asexual reproduction. You can see in case of Marchingia, it is a bryophyte. So next one is sporulation. So sporulation is the process of formation of spores. Sporulation is the process of formation of spores. So in it is a mode of reproduction, can be seen in Monera, Protista, algae, and even in fungi. So different organisms produces different types of spores. Each spore later on germinates to produce a new individual. So let us study about different types of spores produced in plants. In that, the one type is zoospores. So these zoospores which are produced in chlorophycean and phaeophycean members. So these spores are the motile and flagellated spores and are produced from zoosporangium during favorable conditions. So these zoospores may be biflagellated with the two flagella in case of Chlamydomonas and Ulothrix, and it can be quadriflagellated with the four flagella in case of Urothrix and also in the Ectocarpus. You can see Ulothrix can produce biflagellated and quadriflagellated zoospores. So in case of Wucheria, the zoospores which are multinucleated, and these zoospores are called as synzoospores. This is about the zoospores. The next one is aplanospores. So during unfavorable conditions, some unicellular, uninucleated, non-motile, thin-walled spores which are produced. So these spores are the aplanospores. You can see the production of these aplanospores in the Spirogyra and the Euothrix during unfavorable condition. So the next type of spore, it is a statospore. So statospores, which are the thick-walled spores formed in diatoms, their wall may be smooth or variously ornamented. So the next type of spore is the neutral spores. So in these certain algae, the protoplast of vegetative cell. In certain algae, the protoplast of the vegetative cell directly functions as spores. And these spores are called as the neutral spores. You can see in case of Asterocystis and the Ectocarpus. And the next type of spore is the carpospores. So carpospores, these are the spores produced directly in the carpogonium of the gonimoblast filament. So carpogonium is the female organ of the red algae. So gonimoblast filament, which is the one of the sporogenous filament which arises from the fertilized carpogonium. So the fertilized carpogonium is a female organ. Carpogonium is a female organ in red algae. So in that, one of the sporogenous filament which arise from the carpogonium in red algae, that produces carpospores. So those spores are called as carpospores. You can see in case of red algae like Polysiphonia batrachospermum. So next type of spore is a tetraspores. So these spores which are produced in brown algae, and these are non-motile spores and are produced within the specialized cells called as tetrasporangia. And these are produced on a diploid plant, but the spores are haploid. The next type of spore is the hermophores. Hermospores. So these hermospores, which are multicellular spores like bodies having thick cell walls, formed in some cyanophycean algae and are called as hermospores. You can see this in case of the green algae like Vestella. So next type of spore is chlamydospores. So chlamydospores, which are the thick-walled non-motile spores found in Rhizopus. Thick-walled non-motile spores found in Rhizopus. So the next one is sporangiospores. Sporangiospores. The sporangiospores are also non-motile spores produced inside the sporangium. These are produced inside the sporangium, as in Rhizopus and the Mucor, which are the fungal members. So the next one is Conidia. Conidia, these are the thick-walled non-motile spores produced in chains over the conidiophores, or they above the conidiophores. And these are commonly produced in the Penicillium and the Aspergillus, which those are the fungal members. Conidia, which are produced in chains over the conidiophores. Oidea, which are thin-walled non-motile spores borne on hyphae, which is called as oidiophores. You can see in case of Rhizopus. And the next one is Soridea. Soridea, these are the special kind of spores produced in the sporangium of the lichens. Yes, Soridea, these are the special type of spores produced in the sporangia of the lichens. These are the different types of spores produced in plants. So if I say about the sporulation in amoeba. So in the sporulation in amoeba, we draw their pseudopodia and become round in shape, and they create a hard protective 3-layer cyst around themselves. So now this process is called as encystation. When conditions become favorable, the nucleus of encysted amoeba undergoes multiple division and the large number of amoeba are formed. These are called as pseudopodiospores. So this process is called as sporulation. When the cyst ruptures, all new amoebae are released into the environment. This is about the sporulation you can see in case of amoeba. So next we'll study about other type of asexual reproduction, that is fragmentation. So fragmentation, here in this process the parent body breaks into 2 or more fragments and each fragment develops into new organisms, and you can see this fragmentation in case of Spirogyra, sponges and echinoderms. And the next one is regeneration. So regeneration, it is a regrowth in injured region. It is a regrowth in injured region. And regeneration is of 2 types. One is morphallaxis and the epimorphosis. So during morphallaxis, the whole body is formed from a small fragment. Whole body of organism is formed from the small fragment of that organism. So that you can see in case of Hydra. So epimorphosis, here the replacement of the lost body part takes place. Epimorphosis means replacement of the or regrowth of the lost body parts you can see. So epimorphosis, you can give the best example, the broken tail of wall lizard can be regrow. That phenomena is called as epimorphosis. So this is about regeneration. So in today's class we had studied about types of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual reproduction, mode of reproduction which involves fission, binary fission, multiple fission and plasmotomy. So in budding you can see exogenous budding, endogenous budding and strobilation. And the third one is gymme. And the fourth one is sporulation. Sporulation which involves number of the production of spores. You can see different types of spores produced in plants. Those are zoospores, aplanospores, stratospores, neutral spores, carpospores, tetraspores, hermospores, chlamydospores, sporangiospores, conidia, oidia and soridia. These are the special type of spores you can see. And the fragmentation. So then the next one is regeneration. Regeneration, you can see 2 types. One is morphallaxis and the one is epimorphosis. So this is about the today's class. So another type of asexual reproduction, that is vegetative propagation, we'll study in the next video. Thank you.